Hello NetJets team, this is Matt Bergen. Well, we had the opportunity to look at a lot of the performance admin functionality. There was one that we missed, and that was the calibration template. So I just want to quickly walk through that and give you an overview of what that experience looks like. So from the admin tools, I'm just going to type in manage calibration templates, and we'll look at these templates and the different sessions. When we go into templates, you'll see all of the templates we have created. We actually looked at two of these today, the 2016 and 2015, but we want to go ahead and just create a new template from here. And as we create this template, the system will actually walk me through the process of what I need to do. So first thing we do, of course, is name the template. What's the review period? Maybe it's November 2016 through 2017. So we've set our review period. The second step is the data. So this is what data we want to pull into this calibration session. It can be performance data, it can be compensation data, it can be employee profile data. So this would be things like risk of loss, impact of loss. We can pull in talent flags and other information that we've defined as custom fields for calibration section. We'll just pick one so we can get through the process quickly. So from performance, if I select performance, it's going to ask me which performance template do I want to pull from. So if I'm doing calibration for the most recent performance here, we don't have 2017 set up, but we'll pick 2016. And then it's also going to say, at what step in the process can we start using that data? Is it when the employee completes their personal evaluation? When is it? Is it when the manager completes his? Is it when everything's done and complete? So we'll say after the end of year manager assessment, we'll pull in that information. And then what elements do we want to bring in? Is it the objective rating? Is it the competency rating? Is it just the overall rating of the entire form? And we also have the ability to set distribution guidelines. So one of the questions you asked was, as we set kind of that general curve or that base guideline, where do we do that? And this is exactly where it exists. So I can do 10%, 20%, 50%, 20%. Oh, nope, that can't be 20. 30, 10, 10. Okay, so that should be 50, 100%. So that sets my guideline or my distribution as I'm creating the template. I then walk through the next step in the application. So the dashboard is default, and I just decide whether or not I want the dashboard enabled. The list view is what we showed that shows all of the employee information, and I can choose what fields I want to display. Is this person a future leader? Is there a high impact of loss? What job family do they belong to? Do I have gender associated? Do I have department? All of those fields that you want to see as part of the list view, you can add those in there. And then we get into the views that we want to see for the calibration template, whether we're doing a list view with the columns or we're doing a 9-box. So in this case, we've only selected one item, so we actually can't do the 9-box, but we'll do the overall form rating. We enable drag and drop. If somebody changes a rating, we can enforce comments. We can show calculated ratings, other ratings. You can also select language, and we can name what this view is. So this would be BGCT objective. All right, so that's how we add a view, that's how we manage calibration. Now the reality is normally, and what we were looking for initially was being able to kind of do that 9x9 calibration. So I want to bring two pieces in. We'll bring in the goal plan as well as the compensation planning for annual plan. Hopefully there's data in here. And then I select again what pieces of data, comp ratio, my merit penetration, and again I can add ranges to these. I want to bring in stock and options. You can put in whatever you want. And then as I go back to the views I want to create, oh, I've got some invalid things here. I do have to fill those out. 50, there we go. Go ahead and save that. Oh, sorry, one more that I needed to update. Now we've got them all updated, I hope. We'll see. Yeah, looks like we're good now. Now I go to my views and I can add another view. Now that I have two pieces of data in, I can actually do a comparison against form rating and maybe the overall comp ratio or final comp ratio. And this is where I start to have the ability to build my 9 boxes, my 2 by 2. We can set up standard colors. We can set up a default 3 by 3 matrix. Will automatically assign my colors for me. I can label these if I want labels. In fact, we'll do the top one first. This is Superstar. And that's the process of creating kind of either a 9 by 9, 3 by 3, 2 by 3, whatever type of grid that you want to manage. The last step of this is we go through the advanced settings. So again, these are just things that we want to add for calibration. How are we going to restrict access? What are we doing with comments on changes? And then we go into an executive review of the process and we save it. Once we've created this calibration template, we'll launch it kind of like we do a goal form. We'll decide who's going to be included in the calibration, who's facilitating the calibration, and who it goes to. Again, high-level overview of the application. We're happy to show you more or answer any questions you may have. Thank you very much. Oh, actually, before I leave, let me show you what a finished one looks like that's been finished well. So we looked at the 2016 Talent Review calibration. I believe that's the one we were looking at. Let's go ahead and jump into this so you can see one that's been completed well as opposed to just kind of throwing it up through a demo. It's telling me that one calibration session is currently using it. Here's the data, so you can see all the data components they use. They use both form rating, potential rating. They used a bunch of data from employee profile. And then here's all of the views they set up. So they set up a performance versus potential view. You can see they added the labels, the colors, all of the details associated with it. They also have an impact versus risk view. It's using a little different color scheme. It's using just kind of a pink, but gradually weighted. And then, of course, I still have my list view. Anyway, that's what a more completed or full template looks like. Again, we just pushed it through to launch, and we're done with that. Again, just some insight into the calibration process. Hope that helps as you're looking at our products. Thank you very much.